One of the questions that comes up very frequently is what type of handgun is best for self-defense use, whether it be the revolver or whether it be the semi-automatic handgun. The revolver has several advantages. The first being it's easier for a new shooter to figure out how to operate it, to load it, to unload it, and to use the firearm. Loading, simply opening the cylinder, place the cartridges in, close it, lock it, and then reholster. Malfunctions with a revolver are simple to overcome. Generally, if you get a pull a trigger, a click, and no bang, pull the trigger again until you do fire. If you go all the way around, let's say a 5-shot firearm, you get 5 clicks, it's time to reload. At that point, you're going to open the cylinder, put new cartridges in, typically using what's called a speed loader. The semi-automatic may be, in some cases, easier to get follow-up shots if it's required. The firearm tends to be more ergonomically designed to compensate for recoil or to control the recoil. They don't have a tendency to whip as much as a revolver would. One of the other advantages for a semi-automatic typically is it'll have more rounds in the magazine or more cartridges to utilize. Now, it's a bit more complicated to get the gun running again if you have a malfunction. There's several things that you may need to do to get a semi-automatic to function again if it has a malfunction. So that makes it a bit more complex for a new shooter to overcome. The semi-automatics may be easier to conceal. They're not quite as wide in some cases as a revolver is. We may be able to see that in this instance here. This is a fairly small revolver, and you can see that it's a bit wider than the semi-automatic, and this is a double stack semi-automatic. So it may be easier to conceal a semi-automatic, and there are some on the market that are quite a bit thinner than this.